Good morning, everybody. It is Thirsty Thursday, but don't forget to water your plants, 12:15 in the morning. The stress that these last months have put on my body is, I, I can't even begin to describe. I haven't had pain since January 30th. There's no doubt the almost 2 years I was down, that adrenaline is what got me through to today, or yesterday, to get the last bits out of the house. I don't think man understands the magnitude of what pain and suffering man continues to inflict on me and everyone else in this world. It's not okay. And if they think it is, then they're going to get away with it. They thought wrong. They thought wrong. So despite my current situation where I am in massive pain again, and you can clearly see it in my face, there's no acting here. My freaking head just hurts. I can barely close my hands. My joints are killing me all throughout my freaking hand. My back, my limbs, I hurt everywhere. Everywhere. My neck. So it's kind of ironic. I have a water view at my storage facility where my walk-in closet is. And right next door is an acupuncturist. And also I don't know, they have a floating pool or something. I don't know. I'll be checking that out because my acupuncturist headed for vacation and I haven't had any treatments. And you know what? That's a gift. So I definitely need to do that quickly. And I told the girls I was going to spend the day with them because I've been gone. All I've been doing is sorting and packing for days. And my little body finally said when. Finally said when. And even though I got a driver, there's no way I can travel in this state right now. I've lived it long enough, I know what I can handle and what I cannot. So see, man succeeded in what he wanted from the get-go. But I'll get to Arizona. Man will just never know when. So he took something else from me that wasn't his to take. That's what men do. They've been doing it for years. That whole thing on you, Hefner, I just had no clue. But I'm not surprised now, given everything I've been through and what I've been listening to and studying and seeing with my own eyes. Everybody knows I cannot handle stress. My body hasn't been able to handle it for years. But I found a way somehow to deal with it during tax season, and I just did insanity workouts like a maniac, ran and swam, and then went into work. Well, my little body can't do those insanity workouts anymore. You can't even imagine what it's like to walk up and down the stairs for somebody like me. But then your adrenaline kicks in, and it's amazing when it's fueled by him. What you physically can do and what you're capable of doing. It's not fair what man keeps taking from us. He's taking beloved family members and pets and children in the womb because man decided to poison us all. Look at the Ukrainian leader who's a warrior, who isn't turning his back on his people. We don't have a leader. We haven't had a leader in a long time. We've had some leaders that had some balls, but none of them were honest. Honest Abe was, and you see what happened to him. So you see, when you have a mentor like Honest Abe, and then you see the presidents after him, you see who measures up and who doesn't. When did man start treating women like we're disposable? No matter what women do for man, there are men out there that think we are disposable. There are men out there that think a certain age is disposable. There are men out there that think we need to be controlled and that we need to have more rules and regulations to live within their new world society. BS. What a crock of shit. And you know what? Yeah, I'm an ordained minister, but I've had enough. And you can judge me all you want, but my relationship isn't with you, it's with him. And you can believe or not believe, I don't give a damn. But my relationship with God is the same as multiple brothers and sisters of mine. I'm sick and tired of those of you who think it's okay to attack us that are trying to make a difference in this world. While you're all riding off on your high horses, doing nothing but fueling more of your selfish ways. The rest of us are out here fighting for what's right in life. and spreading love and kindness everywhere, despite what man continues to do it to us on a daily basis. And now they're going to start talking about nuclear war to get people more scared. Come on now. Turn off your idiot boxes. Stop watching their crap. It's all part of their ploy. Okay, so the COVID thing is gone to the wayside because God's starting to heal the land. And now they're going to do this. Really? Everything in my life could have been prevented had every person followed through with what they said. Starting with the landlords, then with my power of attorney, the judges and the dirty attorneys, then the tool with the landlords. Oh, who cares about? Just do whatever you want. We're selling it anyway. I can just hear it. Well, what about the birds? I've got a video of them in the background. It was the most beautiful thing in the world. Then people wonder why I feed my birds. It's because of jackasses like that guy next door that take away their shelter. Because he's going to throw his New York attitude into it all. Yeah, guess what? Where was he when I got there? Nowhere to be found. He was in hiding. He didn't want to deal with me. I'd have said, oh, does that make you feel like a big man over there? Destroying more property. Guess what? He can't watch me no more. He can no longer watch me in the front or the back of my house. When I told that attorney that, yeah, he didn't even know what to say. Well, they can look. He didn't know what to say because he knew what I was saying was true. That's why he knows he didn't need a whole bunch of legal jargon in our agreement, because I'm way past that. I don't need all the bureaucratic BS, the diarrhea of the mouth, to make it sound so flippin' important. Unbelievable how stupid man really can be. But don't get me wrong. I've made my fair share of wrong decisions. But from those wrong decisions, I learned valuable lessons, just like this last one. But it's kind of funny how he stacked the cards in my favor all along. Because I've done right by him. I just may not have listened. Partially along the way. But I've been doing the right things. Because if I weren't, I'd still be begging for food and shelter. And I'm not. Because I was patient and waited. For his timing, not man's. Not man's. I know I can't travel because I have to watch my girls' behavior. And they know when I'm not well. They've been with me, and they haven't left my side for the last 2 years. Talk about love language. And to think, when I was being evicted, which, that all could have been avoided had the judge done his job again. Man, they're the only ones that have been here. And thank the Lord, Hannah gives me hugs constantly. So I'm not here by accident in this resort that's more primitive than 5-star. It's so down to earth like the Virgin Islands. It's so relaxed. Like a little jungle. And I love it like that. Me being on the second story is like being in a tree house. And I look out and see the pool throughout the palms. I love that about this place, that it's not pristine and perfect. That's where man got it wrong. Why does it have to be so perfect all the time? You're destroying what is good by putting chemicals on the ground that sinks into the groundwater. The pain and suffering that I have endured, most recent and for the past 2 years, could have been avoided had man not lied to us repeatedly that chemicals on food was okay for us to ingest. I will never forget when I heard that, and I went, there's no way that's okay. Don't tell me you can put a chemical inside my body and I'm going to be okay. I'm allergic to pharmaceuticals, so why would chemicals be okay in my body? I only had to hear it once. But I had to make a living. Because that's the way man designed the world. Let's forget about Jesus. What God's done for us all. We're going to kick him out of schools and hide him everywhere. Then we're going to drill down your heads what life is supposed to be about. Bigger and better and more money. No, it's not. I could care less about that. I'd rather help thy neighbor. Those that are homeless. Those that are wondering how they're going to be fed tomorrow. Walking around this primitive resort and seeing where there's needs and helping fill them, even though I don't have a full-time job yet. Because everybody's short-staffed everywhere. Restaurants, businesses. And when they do get employees, most of them are being evicted. So why wouldn't I take the dogs out and see trash and pick it up and throw it in the trash can? Or take my pruning shears out there and see some dead branches as spring is fastly approaching and help make those bushes or flowering trees or whatever bloom that much more beautiful. Because the death and decay has been removed. That's what we need to do. Here on earth, we need to remove the death and decay. And it's coming from those mouths. Of those men and women that are running our country into the ground. You can agree or not, but all you have to do is look around and see what they're doing. And now they're gonna start putting fear in people. Now they have to get some kind of drug, potion, whatever, in case there's nuclear. Wow. Yet another fear tactic. And you have to just look at it and laugh and say, really? You already tried that, remember, with COVID and all that. Yeah, you killed people, which is beyond disturbing. Talk about some more charges. Death of your loved ones? Yeah, they've still got a voice, even in their deaths. Write up the charges on behalf of your beloveds, of the poisoning and the manufactured that they did. Write up the charges. File them yourself. And you know what? Doesn't have to be perfect either. You just write them from your heart. There's way more of us than them. And guess what? They'll all have the same tone. Every single one that writes the charges. I guarantee you there'll be a pattern. Buzzwords, adjectives. So I've had enough of man running our country into the ground and putting more pain and suffering on my already weakened body from the years of abuse from tax, being a tax collector, of more rules and regulations that man imposed not only on me to follow and adhere to, but to watch what they did to my clients every frickin' year. The torture they went through that they did not need. None of us needs that. None of us. So I just felt compelled to share my story where I'm still struggling with some massive head pain from the stress or the negative energy that is far greater than the positive energy that I generate on a daily basis, because I was weakening, I want to say, my field, so to speak, because I was put on a deadline by man yet again. To sift through my joys and decide what I was keeping and what I wasn't. It's funny how things that gave you joy a year ago, you just look at now and go, Hmm. Talk about divine intervention and being clothed in His beloved righteousness. It's unbelievable how freeing it is when those that have hurt you continually your whole life can't touch this and hurt it anymore, because He's protecting it now from those of you that keep trying to harm it. And I know there's many of you out there that are experiencing the same type of forces out there in the world. You can feel the negativity, you can feel the heartache. Find your happy place. Shield yourself from that negative energy. I just need some rest from this whirlwind of a roller coaster of emotions that I was able to keep at bay until then I was done. And it was all I could do to get the box, the last box that had pictures, my bigger pictures that I kept, that had been broken down. It was all the strength I had left to put it on a dolly. I mean, I literally put the artwork on a dolly. That's how exhausted and in pain I was. And wheeled it in and carefully placed them. Closed the door, locked at the gate, and walked out with the biggest breath of fresh air. And the view, I could sit in there and just look at the view, because it's of the water and the Gulf. My storage. Open it up, turn around, and there it is. I'll have to take a picture. So when I walk out, and it's called Bonefish Storage, it's amazing when you fully surrender the path He puts you on. But now I know I have to rest, because that's His plan. Because something else is going to happen. I don't know what. I just wait. Like I said, I'm like this. But everything with that house was a roller coaster. And the pain is in my shoulders, it's in my head, it's in my face. It's again, it's like I'm wearing a helmet of pain right now. And it's not just in my head. It's all over my body. I feel like somebody took a bat and beat me up, because I've gone up and down those stairs in 80-degree heat, which I'm never going to complain about. But it's hard on your body. And my hands hurting when they just freaking hurt. So if you could say some prayers for healing. The day of rest is just what our Heavenly Father doctor ordered. So on that note, go in peace, serve the Lord, spread love. not war. Pray for Ukrainians and their leader. What a godsend. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Love you.